So why is sacrifice probably the greatest action, the greatest thing that we can do for someone when we say we love them? And what makes sacrifice sacrifice? And why do we sacrifice? Well, some would say that they sacrifice because they feel in that moment, they feel that it's the thing that they need to do to sacrifice. It's the thing that they feel is right, that they feel is best. But the problem I have with that statement is we've already talked about that love is not a feeling. So what is the foundation of sacrifice? Why would somebody sacrifice? What it comes down to is a choice. And what is that choice? I think that choice on the foundation of what sacrifice is, of what love is accountability and responsibility. And I learned that from one of my mentors that is just I sat down with him for hours, and all he did for 4 or 5 hours straight, multiple times, was talk to me about love. And he kept repeating to me over and over and over again, the foundation of love is accountability and responsibility. And out of all the things that he told me, that's one of the things that really stuck with me, amongst other things. But that's one of the things that when I thought about it, when I left talking with him, that was one of the things that I could not stop thinking about and just revelating about, because it's just with accountability and responsibility, when you think about it, well, so what is that? What does that even mean, being accountable and responsible? Well, it's saying no matter the feeling, no matter how bad I feel or how much I want to do it or don't want to do it, when I say I love you and that I'll sacrifice for you, it means that I am accountable for you, I am accountable to you, and I am responsible for you, and I am responsible to you. And it's this mindset, it's this promise that even comes before the sacrifice. It's this preemptive kind of, this is the mindset I'm putting myself in when I say I love you. That it's this thing that you're saying, that I am saying, I am accountable for you. I am accountable to you. I am responsible for you. Like, you are my responsibility now. And with that mindset, you cannot, it's just impossible to let pride in. It's such a humbling mindset, because no matter what comes your way, I mean, this is the till death do us part love. No matter if it's your family, your friends, your dreams. I mean, even your dreams. I mean, you talk about saying, let's just say, for me, example, my music and the things that I want to accomplish and the things that I want to do. I love music and I love making music. Am I gonna stick to that? Am I because it feeds my being, feeds the depths of my soul, like it makes me come alive when I make music. So if I really love myself, I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna be accountable to my music, to my writing process, and I'm gonna be responsible for making music, for my soul coming alive. And that, I mean, that's just one dream, but even in relationship, it's I mean, it's the same sort of thing. It's saying that in a relationship, you are my responsibility, and my actions are now accountable to you. My actions are now, and this is even if that person or thing, dream, whatever, even if they don't feel the same way. When you say you love, like if I were to say I love people, everybody in the world, so many people say that, and I've brought this up before, but what that means on the bottom of it, on the surface level of accountability and responsibility, that means that your actions you are accountable to everyone and how it affects them and how it makes them feel, and no matter what, and you're accountable to them, you're responsible for them. That even that anybody that you know, I love people. You're making this promise to everyone that you are going to be accountable and responsible for them, that they are your responsibility. And I don't think anybody, honestly, I mean, you can disagree with me on this. I don't think anybody can truly live up to that, because nobody is perfect, because everyone is human and we're all gonna miss it. And that's why I think love is such this seriously just, it's just, I mean, it's like fire. I mean, fire was the main theme for sacrifice in my last video. And when you have a fire, you could write about it, you could describe it, you could draw a picture of it, but you don't get the essence of it until you're there, until you're in the moment and you're seeing the fire, you're feeling the fire, like you can smell the smoke, and it is just, you're there and you're experiencing it. It's the same way with love and sacrifice and being accountable and responsible to someone. Like, even on the surface of sacrifice and giving, I talked about this in the last video, like even if it's scary to you to like be rejected by someone, but you put that fear on the line, you put that fear of rejection on the line and say, even though you reject me, I accept you. And you put that fear on the line and you light it with the passion in your heart to love that person. Even there, you would never be able to experience even or know that you would have a fear of rejection if you didn't step out in love, if you didn't step out and you actually got rejected. Love, true love, it's such this, it's humbling, it's just full of humility. There's no pride involved, and it requires you to have action. And once you take that action, once you have made that promise and made that mindset saying, and had that mindset just embedded in your brain that I am responsible for you, I am accountable to you, and then that opportunity comes to where you can show that, and you can sacrifice, and you can show that you love them, no matter how you're feeling and no matter the cost, that you can step out. And then that's when those fears, that's when those insecurities, that's when everything pops up. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. But setting those things on the line and sacrificing those things because you made that promise that you're going to be responsible for them and you're going to be accountable to them. And you made that promise. So this is your promise that you're saying, I love you. And when I say I love you, I look at it as a promise. I don't see it as just words that I throw out there. I love you as a promise. And when you just move forward in that action, in that promise that you made, that's when those things come out, and that's when you overcome, and that's when you think to that promise and that fire that you had in your heart in that moment that you said, I love you to that person. And then that just ignites those fears, those insecurities, all of it. It just goes away because you overcome it. I mean, love, there's so much to it. It's like fire. You have to experience it. You have to go and do it. You have to go. You have to be that thing for someone. And it is so worth it to be that light. It feels so good to act in love. And it feels so good. It hurts to overcome fear. It's painful to say, to keep that promise, to say, I'm keeping the promise that I am accountable to you and responsible for you. But it's so worth it. It is so worth it, because afterwards, when you overcome those things, you see how small those fears really are. And so being that mindset, stepping into that mindset, getting ready for the fire, it'll make you brave, it'll make you courageous, it'll make you stronger. And like I said before, it's so worth it. And it will change your life. It will change you. So go out and do it, and love, and experience the fire. Experience it. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share, and please comment your thoughts and comment your stories on this, because it's so incredibly encouraging to hear what this series has been doing for people, and it just makes me excited to keep making the next videos. And if you're interested in my music, be sure to head to be sure to head to iTunes and Spotify, and my second EP, The Philosophical Misfit Volume 2, is up, and it's just a compilation of all my covers. And if you want to support this channel, head to my Patreon page. There's a link in the description or a link in one of these corners. And so, as always, I'll see you Misfits later. See you in the next video. Peace. This empty space.